Hello everyone. So I'm just trying to make a video. My first video actually. I don't know if I'll post this, but I'm just gonna show how my writing session works for me. So it's just, the first thing that I do is go on Docs and just try to open my first draft, like here, and I just start by going to Docs and opening my first draft. It's not completed at all. It's the first real thing is here. I've already started like the kind of thing that you do, the kind of like structure, with the Tale of Kana, for example, being here, and the title of the book. But this is like the first real draft that I'm writing in, and there are a lot of pages. Most of it is just ideas that help me to figure out whatever I'm writing. And then I have my Spotify list, just like of music that I listen to while writing. It's just random, like kind of movie soundtracks mostly that I listen to. I cannot concentrate when I'm writing when it's kind of like when it's like lyrics that I'm listening to. So I mostly need just music, instrumental music that I listen to while writing, and it just helps kind of. And then I have this whole like visualizer. It kind of helps me so much actually to write. I've just picked like kind of like actors and movie scenes and like aesthetic things to make me focus and kind of go back to the book and the idea of where I got all of these inspirations from. So it's just like a reminder basically. So I've put like whatever I need. There's like the Spotify list as well, and it's mostly Middle Eastern, kind of like in that Asian part. So I just have those. For example, this movie, Memories of Murder, is just so good, and Berserk and From Gods, and just like places, just very Middle Eastern and kind of in that part where it's like Asian, South Asian, and those kind of places. So they just help me to kind of focus on the story and not my mind not wandering around. And if I just, as soon as I started this, I got more concentration out of the story, if that makes any sense. But it made me concentrate on the story, and I just got all of these pictures from Pinterest and from Google basically, or nowadays you can even generate from AI basically, just so helpful. You can use it like for your own kind of benefit for writing your book. You can generate scenes and pictures that are going to help you. So that's how I do it. I just go in here. I have these 3 tabs open. This gone. And then I just start writing basically with just everything that comes into my mind first of all, with the time I already, like with the last scene I had already written, and then I just start visualizing scenes. Mostly it's just daydreaming basically, and whenever I get like any ideas, I just go in like notes. It's just really helpful. I just go in notes. I don't know if you can read it, but there's like a whole like a folder for ideas, and you just go in and start like writing it, or even better, just recording your voice. So you can go in here, and then you go and record audio, and then you just talk basically, and that helps a lot because I don't have to talk, I don't have to write for it, and then I can just listen to it afterwards and you have the ideas already. Because I've noticed that capturing your ideas in this exact moment you get them is so much better than just waiting for the time to come and then going on and trying to remember what the idea was. It's really hard. And yeah, I get a lot of ideas and inspirations from books. Like this book has helped me so much. This book has helped me so much. It's like one of my biggest inspirations for writing books. It was the first book that I've ever like read fully and understood it fully. So that is why it's kind of like, it kind of gives me that vibe of just kind of like, you know, I don't really know how to say it, but just, you know, the idea of my book is mostly Middle Eastern, Africa, those parts, you know, those Arab countries, or, you know, even more further to South Asia, those parts, like, you know, and I tried to get every kind of like the traditional outfits look, just to get inspiration to kind of write better, because I think visualizing is the most important thing that a writer can do, because it just makes sense then when you write it. When you have like a blank paper in front of you and you just type into it. But mostly I'm just sitting here and not doing anything. And I'm just trying to get ideas. But that's completely okay, which you don't have to completely like write all the time. You can just focus, and focusing is just not just, you know, just kind of writing all the time every second. It's also just thinking, and you need it as an author, because we make it kind of, we have like this mental exercise that we have to go through every 2 seconds. Even I was just eating dinner with my family and I was thinking about what could be the next plot for my book, which kind of is something that I think writers can relate to. But there's something that I also do, which I think everyone else does as well. Just going on YouTube and Google and then searching for example, another word for this, for, I don't know, like, I don't know, for and. You can start, you know, those sentences with or whatever. You don't do it, but, and it just, you know, it kind of helps to have it. But I'm trying to find like a place where I don't get distracted by it mostly. But yeah, it helps. Right now I'm like posting on Threads and on X and Instagram. I'm trying to share real value that will help writers my age, older, younger, I don't know, like any age, to make them help, you know, start writing, even if they didn't write before, or they're on the journey of writing their first book or second or whatever, you know. It's just, the first thing I can tell everyone is just write, just start writing. Drop that mentality of perfectionism. It won't bring anything, seriously, because the worst thing that could happen is what? Just you know, being, I don't know if I can make it medium, yeah. The worst thing that could happen is your book being published and not, you know, getting sold. That is the worst thing that can happen, because it won't be any like lose, or like a lose situation for you, because you've either experienced a lot of things while writing the story. You've collected so many memories. You will learn to write better because it's just writing, and it's just nothing. It never ends basically, and you can never get better at writing by just sitting there and thinking and learning about how to write. It's about just writing all the time, and that will get you better. Yeah, and it's just that, and I've just had so many people. Even the other day I talked to my father, and he said he wanted to write anything, basically poets or something, poems and those kind of stuff, but he didn't want to. One thing that stopped him was his perfectionism mindset. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's perfect, he's like he's really good at writing and he writes, but it's just he takes a lot of time while writing, and that's nothing wrong with it, but he just said that perfectionism mindset has stopped him for years for writing, to write and just to write basically. And he, as soon as he read my threads and posts, he was telling me, that's really good that you just started writing it without thinking too much. And it's always been like that with me. Like before everything, before I started writing, I'm writing books since I was 11 years old. Like not books, but I'm like writing stories. And I published my first book on Amazon when I was 14 basically. And the first thing that I've like done is just go on docs and write. I've never really thought that much that you have to be so dramatic about writing. Sometimes I'm just here sitting, I know, like there's nothing static about it. Like books and movies and those I don't know, those things, they make you think that authors or writers or whoever, they should be really like aesthetic when they're like doing stuff. It's not about that. It's just about writing, and that's what I basically did. So I was not waiting for, I have to like wait till I go to like a writing school in order to write. I just started it, and ever since I'm writing, and I've learned so much throughout the years of writing, basically experiencing so much, and it has helped me a lot with writing my actual books. And last year I published my third book. It's on Amazon Kindle, and I would consider that as my first published book, because the first two ones, they were just like short stories, but they were like really close to my heart because it was like my first few projects that I've like started. But yeah, it was just about writing all the time. It was not about something else. As a writer, you have to kind of just practice that all the time, and I've never stopped ever since. I've been writing ever since, and it's kind of, yeah, and I just want to share my value and like my valuable tips and advice for those who really need it, for those who want it. And I just got a thread comment just a few hours ago. Someone wanted to know how they should start writing their first writer's block. And I was just, okay, what can I give them? I wanted to give them the best advice that I can. And I just thought to myself, well, they haven't started it basically yet. And the best thing they can do is just write. Just write. And just like write all of your things, all of your ideas here on a piece of paper without thinking too much, and then later on you go and edit, and that's it. You edit it and then you post it. That's how I do it. That's how I write with my threads posts, my other social media posts. I just first like start collecting ideas and values and tips and those things, advices that I can give you guys, and then I just go on and edit it, and then I just post, and I edit, and I just post every single day. So it has helped me with myself as well. All of the tips that I give you guys, I needed myself actually. So I'm just basically telling it myself because there was not someone really that I looked up to when I was like starting it, because I was basically starting it just as fun, But now, as I've like started to think that it's more serious for me, because it's not just my hobby, it's kind of something that I really enjoy, and well, it's basically my hobby, but it's just, I take writing seriously, and I write every single day, even if it's for 10 minutes or 20 minutes. And I think it's better to write for 10 or 20 minutes than going on and writing for 6 hours without having any ideas in your mind, because then you will get burned out soon, and that's not something that you want to do. So yeah, I just want to like share my experience with you guys. If you want to listen to it, but yeah, back then when I was like probably 13, and I had seen that I had not seen any progress for 2 years. I was just stuck in one book story, and I was just writing whenever I had this inspiration going on. So I got it like an idea, and I went and wrote a little bit, like one paragraph, and then I forgot about it. And I just noticed that it's not how it works. Basically, you have to really be consistent with it. And it's been probably a few months since I've started taking it more seriously and writing every single day, even if it's for 10 minutes. I'm going to high school, so school takes a lot of my time. So whenever I come back, I don't have much time left. I just try to post on Threads regularly, and I just want to write. So that's what I do. But yeah, I think no writer can really answer the question of how to be a good writer, because it just, no one really knows it. Everyone has their own structure, and everyone knows what is best for them, and that you will eventually find your own kind of structure that you'll go into. But I will try my best to share it with you guys, and kind of share it with you guys. So that's basically my whole plan, just sharing values. And there's just remove it. I just try to make like some kind of like writing sessions that I can do here, where I'm just sitting here, I won't talk, I will just put on my earphones and just listen to music and just write. And I will write that 10 minutes, 15 minutes thing where I go in flow and non-edited anything, and I just share value. So that's, and I hope it will help, because I do really want to help, and I really need people to kind of talk to about writing, just basically, because there's no like writer in my family. And whenever I try to talk to my siblings or my family, friends, and they have other hobbies and interests, and that's completely okay and fine, but I just don't want to like kind of overwhelm them with my thing. So I just have people who really want to listen to writing advices and tips and values, and I can just help them with it. Do I have to share anything else? I was thinking about but I can share more. I don't think so. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. It's just, this is basically how I work. You know, this is basically the session that I do in writing. I just come in another room where it's like quiet and just go into the flow. I just open these 3 tabs, no more. Just one other tab when I need other words for, you know, yeah, for a specific word. But other than that, I just listen to music and I just write. I try to write and concentrate on that because what I've noticed is that if you are going into another room and try to write, you're so caught up in all of these things that other people are doing, and it's just so loud and you cannot concentrate. And that, you know, 10-minute session, not even 10 minutes, I mean, it's just like that 30-minute session where you just wanted to put out your ideas on a piece of paper without editing it or whatever, it turns up to be like 2 hours because you cannot concentrate, and it's just not worth it. So it's healthier to go in another room and just write without any disturbance. So yeah, I hope that kind of made sense to just, I hope I kind of showed you guys how I do it, and hope it helped, even if it wasn't that valuable. But yeah, I'll try to post consistently every single week. Not few, probably just 1 to 2 videos, but it's just raw, pure conversations that we're gonna have, and pure writing sessions. And yeah, so peace.